What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Zuka the Flame Prince back with another video. And this one, we're continuing with the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef because today I woke up and I found out the Heart Part 6 dropped, only to learn that it's a Drake song. So already I'm loving the chess move there. If the speculation was that Kendrick Lamar has an album dropping at some point in May, I was still anticipating the Heart Part 6 to drop at some point. So Drake is getting ahead of that. But yeah, man, don't want to yap too long in this intro. The Heart Part 6 Drake. Let's jump right in. They're continuing with the soul sample tradition.
The Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling. I got your fucking lines tapped, I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then?
So it's opening up, Pulitzer Prize winner is spiraling. One, this is referencing to Rick Ross on Champagne Moments, calling Kendrick the Pulitzer Prize winner. But then also Kendrick opened one of his diss tracks saying the famous actor we know is now spiraling. So this sounds like it's gonna be, based off that bar, might be just a rebuttal track throughout. That would be interesting.
The Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling. I got your fucking lines tapped, I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat, so where's
Line
the
tap,
proof of the
dialed
trial
in.
then? Where's the paperwork of the cap? I got your fucking lines tapped, I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet is filed in? First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet is filed in? 1090 Jake would've took all the walls down. The streets would've had me hiding out in a small town. My Montreal connects stand up, not far down. The ones that you get in your stories from, they all clowns. I am a war general, seasoned in preparation. My jacket is covered in medals, honor and decoration.
So basically in those first 16 bars, it's basically saying, okay, you're throwing all of these potentially career-ending allegations around. Where's the slightest bit of proof for the shit that you're saying? Because if that was the case, the cops would have been raided my house. I would have been hiding out in a small town to try and escape the fact that I'm Drake. So he's saying, Kendrick Lamar, where's your proof? Yeah, I'll say that's fair. He's also saying that the mole inside OVO that Kendrick is getting his stories from is a clown. So it does sound like, as I mentioned, this would have been like a rebuttal song. Drake is very much on the back foot in this one. He's like playing defense.
Y'all clowns, I am a war general, seasoned in preparation. My jacket is covered in medals, honor and decoration. You waited for this moment, overcome with the desperation. We plotted for a weekend and we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you an event.
He's basically saying that the stuff on Meet the Gram's third verse about the daughter that he was hiding, and then there was this one child that the internet basically went and scoured out and said that this is basically Drake's daughter. So Drake is saying we planted that for a week as bait because we knew if he comes and raps about this, we know that Kendrick Lamar is actively looking for information in real time because we just dropped this and planted this evidence like a week ago. Interesting take.
Medals, honor and decoration. You waited for this moment, overcome with the desperation. We plotted for a weekend and we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio, it's a celebration. You gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient. But you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio, it's a celebration. You gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient. Your fans will rejoice and thinking this is my expiration. Even the picture you use, the jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation. Master manipulator, you bid on the speculation.
I'm loving this chess move from Drake, saying that he planted all this stuff because he knew Kendrick was sniffing it out, as I just said. So now he's even speaking to the cover of Kendrick Lamar's two diss tracks. The glove, the Maybach glove, the prescription pills for less inflation, the weight loss Ozempic pills. We fed that to your mole, which could mean this mole is playing like double spy. Not sure. They wanted to see if Kendrick was gonna bite, and he bit twice because that was the cover of two of his diss tracks. This is very, very interesting, Drake.
You gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient. Your fans will rejoice and thinking this is my expiration. Even the picture you use, the jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation. Master manipulator, you bid on the speculation. You dumb and reactive, nigga, I'm petty with dedication. What about the bones we dug up in that excavation? And why isn't Whitney denying all of the allegations? Why is she following?
This is basically meant to sort of diffuse the situation in the sense that he opened up saying, it's Kendrick, throwing out all these wild allegations around. And since you're the one bringing the case forward, where's your evidence? I don't need to defend something I'm being accused of if I know it's not true. You who's bringing it up needs to come with the receipts for that. But then he's sort of being hypocritical here because he's saying, with the things I'm saying against you about you beating your wife, why isn't your wife coming out and clearing your name and saying, no, Kendrick doesn't beat me and everything? He's being hypocritical there. So he's basically saying Kendrick Lamar's reactive because we literally planted this misinformation and he bit every time. If this is true, then Drake has come a lot closer. And if he diffuses or disproves, I guess, Kendrick's allegations, then Kendrick's songs will lose a lot of sting, and then Drake will be up, basically.
What about the bones we dug up in that excavation? And why isn't Whitney denying all of the allegations
of domestic abuse?
Following Dave free and I miss the morale. You haven't seen the kids in 6 months, the distance is wild. Dave leaving heart emojis underneath pics of the child. Speaking of anything with a child, let's get to that.
He's basically saying Kendrick Lamar has been in New York living that bachelor life for 6 months. He hasn't actually been around his kids for 6 months, despite him trying to portray himself as the family man while painting Drake as a child predator.
Dave leaving heart emojis underneath pics of the child. Speaking of anything with a child, let's get to that now.
And also, he accused Dave of being the father of the second child Kendrick is raising. He's basically insinuating that through these IG heart emojis he's living under the photos, he's being more of a present father than... That's actually insane. Than you are, Kendrick.
Speaking of anything with a child, let's get to that now. This Epstein angle was the shit I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected. Instead of being on some disdirect shit, you rather fucking grab your pen and misdirect shit. My mom came over today and I was like, mother,
I'm loving the passion, Drake. I'm loving the passion. He said, I predicted your Epstein Island angle based off TikTok rabbit holes. And instead of, because Kendrick also just said it was going to be some fair play exhibition for the game, which maybe hints at like the idea that this may have been manufactured just to get more attention in the hip hop game to stop it from dying. That aside, he said this could have been that if there was some premeditation to this. But then you decided to take those conspiracy TikToks and go down the rabbit hole and misdirect shit, basically. Interesting, very interesting, Drake.
mother, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested. Fuck me, I just made the whole connection. This about to get so...
Okay, Drake is reaching. I'm here for it, though. He said... It's funny, he's making it seem like he's realizing this in real time. So his mother came over. He's found himself saying, mother, I feel like he was about to defend himself for the accusations being leveled against him. And then while he's thinking about that, he's like, mother, I, and then he thinks about mother, I sober. He's like, oh shit, that's the song where you talked about you being We are in the depths of hell with this one because you do not... For Kendrick, he can come for Kendrick, but you can't play about people being molested, bro. Same way Kendrick is kind of by making it catchy and everything, playing about child molestation in a sense. So I guess it's fair game. Interesting comeback from Drake. It'll be interesting how he tackles it.
Videos you collected and dissected. Instead of being on some disdirect shit, you rather fucking grab your pen and misdirect shit. My mom came over today and I was like, mother,
sober.
Mother, wait a second. That's
light bulb moment.
You say you got molested. Fuck me, I just made the whole connection. This about to get so depressing. This is trauma from your own confessions. It's when your father leave you home alone with no protection, so neglected. That's why these pedophile raps and shit you so obsessed with. It's so excessive. They acting like it's so aggressive, but you just never known affection. I don't wanna dish you anymore. This really got me second guessing. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play, you probably start reflecting. I never been with no one underage, but now...
Wait, so is he saying Kendrick got molested by his mother? Is that the insinuation there? Because he's saying his father was out of the home. So it's not that his father did the diddling. And then he's saying that's why all of this pedophilia stuff, if it's true, hits so close to home for Kendrick. It's beyond him trying to be a good father looking out for his family. It's resonating with his own experience. And to that, Drake is saying, shit, this is actually depressing. I don't feel like going at this person. I might accidentally push him over the edge. In a way, he's saying, I'm calling it here. Kendrick Lamar is very fragile, and especially about this issue. So let me not diss him and make fun of the situation. Interesting approach, Drake. Very interesting. If I take Drake at his word, I don't know how the rest of the song is going to go. I'm only like 2 minutes in. If we take Drake at his word, and that's really how he feels, and this is actually truer than most of Kendrick's shit, Kendrick has to drop one more song, and then we did it. It's been a fun week, probably the greatest week of hip hop, but I think they've put out enough on record that we can now, as an audience, deliberate, decide who won, decide who lost, and then leave it there. If there's actual criminal offenses that need to be investigated, the law can handle that basically. But I think as the hip hop community, I believe we've seen enough blood.
That's why these pedophile raps and shit you so obsessed with. It's so excessive. They acting like it's so aggressive. But you just never know affection. I don't wanna dish you anymore. This really got me second guessing. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play, you probably start reflecting. I never been with no one underage, but now I understand why that's the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested.
And he's saying, and for the record, it's not like I'm ignoring the shit that you're saying. I'm actually disgusted with the fact that you're putting these accusations on my name. I'm too respected, which is a very narcissistic thing to say. You shouldn't be saying I respect myself more than that. I'm too popular to the point where if I was fucking with underage girls, I should have been arrested. Obviously, people can point to that the video of him kissing a 17-year-old and the creepy shit he was saying there. But technically, he's not fucking any kids. I hope further on in this one, he's gonna make an attempt to clear up to clear up the OVO name. You don't have to be the guy. You could just be an enabler in that trafficking ring.
Girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's not the lesson. Clearly there's a deeper message. Deep cuts that never healed and now they got infected. Like if Dave really fucked your girl and got her pregnant. Talk about breeding resentment. I'm not sure how to ease the sentiment. The shit's too intimate.
And I still stand on my square that no matter how this pans out, provided that both men are innocent of these insane charges, can you please applaud both of these guys for stepping up to the plate? For many people who believe Kendrick Lamar is the greatest rapper of all time, if you are a more level-headed hip-hop fan, you're not going to discredit Drake's pen and his ability to stand to who you believe is the greatest rapper of our generation. He just said, well, the reason I paused is because of the wordplay. He said, deep cuts that never heal and get infected. Like if Dave fucked your baby mom and actually got her pregnant, talk about breeding resentment, tying back to Kendrick Lamar picking up his son and actually being mad at the kid when he sees him if it's not his. I just want to point out the wordplay.
Recover from both incidents, but you repeat it like if Dave really fucked your girl and got her pregnant. Talk about breeding resentment. I'm not sure how to ease the sentiment. The shit's too intimate. I'm praying you recover from both incidents, but you a piece of shit, so this shit really no coincidence. Drake is not.
So he's legit playing the Uno reverse card because of how disgusting he painted out Drake to be in Meet the Grams. So he's saying, I don't want to keep playing around this because I know it affects you deeply, is what Drake is saying. But at the same time, you're a piece of shit, so it's not a coincidence that this is happening to you. Saying that is basically karma.
I'm praying you recover from both incidents, but you a piece of shit, so this shit really no coincidence. Drake is not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list.
This is Drake's angle. Obviously, in this arena, these guys have they have gloves off entirely. But calling someone a piece of shit, someone who you are alleging was an assault victim, is a piece of shit, and that's why they had to go through that, is very, very murky. But nonetheless, yeah, it sounds like we're kind of in Act 3 of this rap battle. I do feel like it's about to draw to a close. And I would be more than content with it at this point. This is Drake's level, or Drake's way of basically stooping to the depths in terms of what he's addressing the other guy with, that Kendrick did to on Meet the Grams. And then he says Drake is not a name because the previous song literally had the pins of from a sex offender app over the embassy. So he's saying Drake is a stage name. Drake is not a name you're gonna find on no sex offender list. And then he says Easy Does It. I don't know where he's going with this, but that was the song sampled on Like That. I hope he doesn't divert his attention elsewhere. Keep addressing Kendrick Drake. This is you bobbing and weaving, jabbing back, bobbing and weaving, jabbing back.
It's not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list. Easy Does It. You mentioned an A minor, but niggas gotta be sharp and tell the fans who was it. You thought you left D flat, D major. I'll slit your throat with the rape.
Okay. This is also 24-hour time span because he's rebuttaling Not Like Us, where Kendrick Lamar said you're trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor, and in true Drake fashion he's gonna take that shit and make a whole nother scheme with it, because he said you're talking about A minor, but people should be sharp, which I'm guessing is another, I don't know if it's a chord or a note or what. My musical theory is non-existent basically. You're talking about A minor, the audience should be sharp. You thought you dropped D Drake flat and were basically finishing a move dancing on his grave, but D Drake is major. All musical schemes. Shout out to Drake there. There's like a chime that goes up. That's supposed to be A minor. That chime when he says you talk about A minor, it's like boom or something.
You mentioning A minor, but niggas gotta be sharp and tell the fans who was it. You thought you left D flat, D major. I slit your throat with the razor and do Rick Ross hair like that one flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama screensaver. I slit your throat with the razor and do Rick Ross hair like that one flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama screensaver. Only
So he's basically saying I'm gonna kill y'all niggas lyrically. I'm gonna kill you with the razor and then do Rick Ross's flights like that one from Malaysia, which I was hearing about something about a Rick Ross plane crash before I saw him playing the Night Like Ice at a pool party and everything.
fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never look twice.
And there he is defending something Kendrick never brought up, but the audience was speaking to Millie Bobby Brown.
One flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama screensaver.
Baby mama screensaver.
Fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never look twice at no teenager. I'm a fucking hitmaker, dog, not a peacemaker.
Okay, I'm gonna try to remove my preconceived notions based on Kendrick's allegations. But he just flat out lied, saying I've never looked twice at a teenager. That there's video evidence of that being cap. But let's try not to let that dog points from the song too much. He said, I'm your baby mama's screensaver. I'm into Whitney's, meaning real woman, because that's how Kendrick views his wife, right? Not Millie Bobby Brown's, which is the teenager or the chick from Stranger Things, 11, the actress, who Drake was said to have been DMing when she was like 14. Kendrick basically had Drake against the ropes, but it is interesting to see him. He's trying to rope a dope this shit and get some punches in what he does. Yeah, interesting. So I was only into Whitney's women. You can say mixed women if you want, because white, black, and everything in between, there's that tie-in.
Yeah, bullets that I'm stuffing in each chamber. Your ass in extreme danger. Stop buying views and buy comments. You may as well keep the paper. Shit you about to need for later. I give a fuck about your...
He's saying Kendrick Lamar's got bots and shit and he's buying views. That's why his songs are doing more numbers than him. Stop buying views and buying comments.
You may as well keep the paper. Shit you about to need for later. I give a fuck about your streaming data. You could drop 100 more records. I'll see you later. Yeah, maybe when you meet your maker. I don't want to fight with a woman beater. It feeds your nature. If you still...
I don't know if Drake realizes him shooting himself in the foot with that line. But he's basically saying, alright, bro, good fight, good squabble, but at this point, I'm done with the battle. His last line is, I don't want to fight with a woman beater. It feeds your nature. So Drake is inadvertently calling himself a woman in that scenario that is playing into Kendrick's ego by engaging with him. I give a fuck about your streaming data. You can drop 100 more songs. So he literally doesn't care about any of the numbers, because Kendrick has been outperforming him on the charts, which has always been Drake's thing. And an argument against Kendrick, especially with the big three, like SZA got you wiped down, Travis got you wiped down, Savage got you wiped down. But now all of a sudden Drake doesn't care about numbers or anything. Oh yeah, I'll see you later when you meet your maker. Basically, I'm done interested in this shit. I don't want to have to speak on Kendrick Lamar ever again. It is, in a sense, it's like him stepping out, but not on some apologetic shit like J. Cole. He's just saying, it's good fade, good fight. No GG's.
You could drop 100 more records. I'll see you later. Yeah, maybe when you meet your maker. I don't want to fight with a woman beater. It feeds your nature. If you still bumping R. Kelly, you could thank the savior. Said that they deleted his music and your music is going to R. Kelly. You could thank the savior. Said that they deleted his music and your music is going to a hypocrite. I don't understand. Said that they deleted his music and your music is going to a hypocrite. I don't understand why these people praise you. Sounded like you said a commissary when he...
Alright, so he's basically saying the people said that they're deleting R. Kelly's music, but if he's being cancelled, then your music should go too, because both of you guys are fucking up women. Though this is a bit of a miss of a bar. I'm not gonna duck Drake again. It's fine. I'm basically almost done with this beef myself. But he's saying you're a woman abuser, physically. He was a woman and child abuser, literally, sexually, right? So if they're canceling his music but championing yours when you're in the same boat, it's almost hypocritical. That is very rebuttable, because what R. Kelly was convicted for is what Kendrick is accusing Drake of. So whatever Kendrick's next song is, it just has to be the receipts, and then you can just put this to bed.
I don't understand why these people praise you. Sounded like you sent a commissary when you need some paper. Album dropping soon, no wonder you turn to clout chaser instead of doing hard labor. Nigga,
and that was saying no wonder you're doing hard labor, and then following that with nigga after the slaves bar is insane work by Drake. Anyway, that's not what I was posing. So I said earlier on that it was speculated that Kendrick Lamar is gearing up for an album release in May. So Drake is also again hopping on that and dropping a song called The Hot Pot 6 so that Kendrick can't do that, as he usually does for his album rollouts.
Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. And when I say I hit your back, it's a lot safer. I promise.
Still have to applaud the penmanship here, but you said, Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. Probably hinting at like sexual favors because it's not big 3, it's big D, right? But when I say I'll hit you back, it'll be safer than Kendrick putting his hands on you. And I get people, I get the desire to want to defend Kendrick against these wife beating allegations, but it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility when you consider the toxicity of a song like We Cry Together, which is sadly a reality in a lot of relationships. But when I was listening to that, and people were saying, because I reacted to the album like 2 years ago, I think even I said it's like watching your parents arguing or watching, just it was uncomfortable. And that was because of the palpable tension and the potential, if not outright violence, inherent in that situation, right? Because they were throwing shit at each other. I don't know if it was only an audio drama, so we don't know. The video was a lot cleaner except for the fucking scene. So we don't actually know.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this shit was some good exercise. Like, it's good to get out, get the pen working.
Shout out to Drake and Kendrick for stepping up.
Competitor if I was really a predator and you weren't fucking lying to every blogger and editor, but I was like, it's good to get out, get the pen working. You would be a worthy competitor if I was really a predator and you weren't fucking lying to every blogger and editor, but it is what it is.
So this is basically the outro, him stepping out of the ring, basically. He gives props to Kendrick saying, this was a good exercise for me. You would have been a worthy competitor if I was actually guilty of the stuff you're saying, if I was actually a predator, and you weren't lying to every blogger and every editor. This is when Champagne Moments dropped and Rick Ross was dropping all that tea about Drake. People wanted him to rap it, basically kind of like this. Drake is still talking here, but he's still rhyming. This is still stuff he penned to make sure rhyme schemes and everything.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You definitely got this shit burnt the fuck out though, like.
As a South African, I'm just gonna say I love the fact that that meme, it is what it is, has become a part of common internet culture and now is a part of hip hop history with Drake saying that.
It is what it is. You definitely got this shit burnt the fuck out though, like. Yeah. You got 10 more records to drop. The one before the last one, we finessed you into telling a story that doesn't even exist. And then you go and drop the West Coast one and try and cover that up. I would like that one. That would be some shit I could dance to if he wasn't tripling down on some whole other bullshit. But, you know, at least your fans are getting some raps out of you. I'm happy I can motivate you, bring you back to the game. Like,
we appreciate you for that, Drake. And I respect you as an MC for rising to the occasion.
Everything in my shit is facts.
You're part of hip hop history, my guy.
I'm waiting on you to return the favor, like.
Alright. So that was my reaction to Drake's The Hot Pot 6. Okay, most of the song, I'm not gonna do too much yapping. Most of the song was him against the ropes, evading some of Kendrick's blows, some of his allegations, trying to dodge, disprove some of them, getting some jabs in, still going at Whitney, and then saying, we literally fed you information that got you to, because you were so desperate to write entire songs about false narratives that we planted, right? So there was a lot of that going on, and I think I addressed most of it in the song. I am happy. I am content. This is closure for me. Like, if Drake bows out after this, I'm content. He put up an amazing fight. The next month or so after this, people can really now score the fights. This is like the end of his rounds. And because of this, I know Kendrick said he's got like lots in the tuck, which at this point he can just keep in the vault. It's fine. We just need one more song from Kendrick, and then he can also bow out. And then from there, we'll be able to judge the battle fairly and squarely. Drake, I'm gonna say it again, man. If you're an innocent man, much respect to you for stepping up to the plate. You are aware of the high esteem that we hold Kendrick in as the greatest of our generation. I think I'm a bit more level-headed than most Kendrick fans, but there's also like purists in hip hop who want to discredit Drake as if he's not one of the best MCs in our era. Even if you in the big three you had Cole ahead of Drake before this all popped off. I think you have to, if we're being fair, elevate Drake because of what he did in this past week, month, let's give it, is something we have never seen and will most likely never see J. Cole do, so he deserves respect for that. And then Kendrick, I believe, I want to reserve my thoughts on Kendrick for the last diss track, which I'm pretty sure is on the way. But amazing exhibition from these guys. Drake obviously hinted at this having been manufactured for getting attention into rap. And what a time for that, because I know after these two giants go at it, at some point in the next few weeks, Eminem is supposed to be dropping, so they really trying to resuscitate hip hop, and I again appreciate these two guys for that. Anyway, I've been Zuko the Flame Prince. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, share this video with other fans of Drake, Kendrick Lamar. You may know that. At the way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.